Micah, let's take a look at your skating stride. What I want to focus on is your knee bend, your leg extension, your toe flick, so that's the last part of your skate to leave the ice. After a leg extension, your forward lean, which is how far your upper body is leaning, and your recovery, which is bringing your feet back underneath your body and then pushing with your other leg to keep your forward momentum going. So let's move ahead and look at your leg extension right here. So the first thing we want to look at is making sure that we're getting a full extension on our leg. And you can see that your leg bends a little bit. So we want to make sure that when you're extending your leg, you get it fully extended. You'll see here again that your leg doesn't quite fully extend. When you're striding, you pull your leg back before you get a complete extension. So what happens here is you'll see when you're recovering, that means bringing your feet back underneath your body. You're bringing your feet ahead or forward of your head, and that's going to cause you to fall down. So you can see if you look at your foot, right here, it's now in front of your head. That's also created a lot of forward lean, and that's causing you to fall down. And then let's look at your stride on the way back. So the key is when your legs are recovering, and I'll show you what a recovery leg is. So right here is a great example of your stride. Just focus in on your legs. So typically we want to see our leg extension at about 45 degrees. This is at 60, so it's a little bit further than we want it, but this is just one stride. We'll look at another one right here, which is an excellent example. So that's at 55 degrees. So that's pushing out a little bit further than we need to. We want to see that at 45 degrees. So what a 45 degree angle would look like would be something more around there. And your knee bend should be at 90 degrees, which is 97, or 92, sorry, which is good. So that's not bad. And then your forward lean, which is how far your upper body is leaning, should be between 50 and 60 degrees. So you're at 41, so that's pretty good. At 41, what that means though is, again, your head is a bit ahead of your skates, and so that's going to cause you to fall over or lose balance. So what I need from you, Micah, is to stand up a little bit more when you're skating. Make sure you're getting a full extension on your striding leg, and I'll just highlight that. This would be your striding leg or thrusting leg. This is your gliding leg. Your gliding leg you want at a 90 degree bend. Your striding leg you want at a 45 degree angle. And the last thing that you want to leave the ice is your toe right here, which you can see you do. And then the other thing we want to look at is our recovery. So that's a recovery is when we bring our skates back together. So right here, you want them to actually come together and not be very far off the ice when they're coming back. One of the common mistakes is you kick your skate up or your skate leaves the ice. And let's look at your skate. You can see your skate comes off the ice and you move it back underneath your body in a rotating motion. What I'd like to see is more of a straight line motion of your skate coming straight back. And you can see here you want your recovery to have your skates together, and they're actually quite far apart when we're returning. So returning means taking your thrusting leg or your driving leg and bringing it back underneath your body. And when we're doing that, we want our skates to come almost touch. In this case, there's quite a bit of gap between your skates, and so that's not allowing you to get anywhere near as much power as you can or as you could. So we'll keep working on that. So let's work on our knee bend at 90 degrees, our stride leg at 45 degrees, our forward lean at 50 to 60 degrees, and then our recovery, making sure our skates are coming underneath our body, not ahead of our body, because that'll cause us to fall. And we're not kicking our leg up. We're actually bringing it back in a straight line. Here's a good example. You can see how far off the ice your skate is, and really what we want to see when you're returning is to see your skate be somewhere around just the top of your blade. So that's as high as you want to keep it off the ice. In this case, we're quite a bit further off the ice, as you can see here. And you want to bring them together more in a straight line.